Hello. So today we are reviewing Cytonn Money Market Fund, and if you have been keen enough, you have heard the news on the court order to Cytonn to liquidate some of its properties following the dispute over Cytonn High Yield Fund, where like 4,000 investors lost their investment of over 14 billion Kenya shillings. And I think the question that lingers our mind remains to be, what does this mean to the whole company, and what does it and how does it affect the other funds within the company like Cytonn Money Market Fund? So let us review Cytonn Money Market Fund and see whether the fund is safe for those who already have an account with Cytonn Money Market Fund, and for those who are planning to maybe open an account with Cytonn Money Market Fund. So in this video, I will be providing facts and then we can judge from the available information. So this video is for education purposes, okay? And I think the best place to start is to talk about the fund that was affected, where all these investors lost their money, or they lost these 14 billion Kenya shillings. And the aim of assessing this is to see whether there was a way for the investors to tell that this was a risky investment, whether there was a way for them to tell if this was a good investment, if the fund provided enough information to the investors to know if this investment was risky, if the fund also followed the regulations of where this fund falls under in the CMA regulations, because we have different funds in CMA and different funds are regulated differently. We want to see whether this fund followed those regulations. And the main reason as to why I want us to start here is for us to know how to go about assessing such a fund, to know if where we are investing our money is safe, to know where we are investing our money is the risk level of the place that you're investing our money, because I think the risk level is what determines how much you are willing to put your money in a particular investment, okay? So let us start with how Cytonn is structured so that you can see where the Cytonn Money Market Fund and also the Cytonn High Yield Fund falls under which unit of this company, okay? And as you can see here, this is a screenshot I got from Cytonn website. Under our businesses, you can see they have different businesses. And I think our main focus right now is the asset managers, because they are the ones who are in charge of the Cytonn Money Market Fund, and also they are the ones who are in charge of Cytonn High Yield Fund, okay? So we are going to first focus on the Cytonn High Yield Fund, and then we can now proceed to Cytonn Money Market Fund. And the Cytonn High Yield Fund, this fund falls under the collective investment scheme, and you can see this screenshot which I took from the CMA website. You can see that the Cytonn High Yield Fund is under the collective investment scheme. And then this screenshot I got from the Cytonn website. This is the fact fund sheet for the Cytonn High Yield Fund. And you can see from this one, they have listed Cytonn Asset Managers Limited as the fund managers for this particular fund. So that being said, it is very clear that this investment was a collective investment scheme, which translates to it have to adhere to the regulations of the Capital Markets Collective Investment Scheme Regulations of 2001. And we want to look at what does this regulation say about such an investment, okay? So stay with me here. So this is a screenshot of the Capital Markets Collective Investment Schemes Regulations 2001, where they give regulations for the collective investment scheme portfolio. It says, the part 2, it says, the book value of the investment of a collective investment scheme portfolio shall not exceed the following limits. Number 1, securities listed on a securities exchange in Kenya, which are basically shares or stocks. They should not exceed 80%. Number 2, securities issued by the government of Kenya should not exceed 80%. Number 3, immovable properties should not exceed 25%. Immovable property here are real estate, yes? Number 4, other collective investment scheme, including umbrella schemes, should not exceed 25%. Number 5, any other securities not listed on a securities exchange in Kenya should not exceed 25%. And then number 6, offshore investments should not exceed 10%. Now that we know that, let us look at how this fund was structured and see whether they adhered to these regulations. So let us look at this screenshot. This I got from the fund fact sheet of the Cytonn High Yield Fund investment in August 2021. And according to this, you can see, let us start with the fund profile. You can see the fund manager is Cytonn Asset Managers Limited. The risk profile, which is very important for the investors to note, this is a medium to high risk investment fund. That should tell you a lot. When you read that, that should tell you how risky the investment is. This is a medium to high risk investment, and we are going to compare this with the money market fund and see what money market funds offer under this section. Okay, the minimum initial investment at that particular time was 1 million Kenya shillings, and the minimum additional investment was 10,000 Kenya shillings. The annual management fee was 2%. The initial fee was none. The trustees are Gold Advisory, and the custodian are SBM Bank Kenya. And you can see they benchmarked their returns on the average 182-day T-bill plus 5% points. Now, let us look at the actual asset allocation. The actual asset allocation under this fund was the real estate backed notes were 96.2%, and basically this is in real estate. And then the government securities were 3.8%, and then we had 0 in cash. I also want us to look at this other screenshot, and this is from the fund fact sheet, the Cytonn High Yield Fund fact sheet in December 2023. And I think the only thing that has changed on the fund profile is the minimum initial investment, which was 1 million, but now is 100,000. And now we want to look at the actual asset allocation, and you can see under this, we have in real estate, we have 97.5% real estate banked notes. And then we have a 0.9 cash, and then a 1.6%. So according to how this fund was structured and the fact that it fell under the collective investment scheme, there was a mismatch of what they invested and what the regulation says. The regulations clearly states that they can only invest 25% of the investment in real estate, but they had 97.5%. So do you think that this investment was well structured? And do you think this investment followed the rules? And also, do you think that this investment was well diversified? And I have to give it to them that they disclosed that this fund is a medium to high risk investment. Yes. So according to this fund fact sheet, we can see that Cytonn disclosed that Cytonn High Yield Fund was a specialized collective investment scheme with exposure skewed towards investment in real estate assets. They went further to disclose that, being a specialized fund, the fund could invest up to 80% in real estate funds, as opposed to what the regulations require, that they can only invest 25% in real estate. So this indicates that this fund was clearly not a normal collective investment scheme, but it was a specialized collective investment scheme. During my research, I came across this petition titled Dande, who is the CEO of Cytonn versus Capital Market Authority, Cytonn Asset Managers Limited, and another petition E283 of 2020 in the matter of alleged violation of Capital Markets Act. So according to this petition, CMA had issued a letter on 3rd of June 2020 to Cytonn Asset Managers Limited, directing that the fund manager should align its investment product and activities of the fund with the provision of regulation of the CMA Collective Investment Scheme. And the directive was to invest only 10% of the funds in the portfolio in Cytonn-related projects. So not only should they have 25% invested in real estate, but there is also a provision that only 10% should go to the portfolio of that company's related projects. You can get this petition in the Kenya Law website to see how that went, okay? So what is the bottom line in this? I think it's very important to know and understand the investment you're getting into, and also to assess what the regulation says and find out if the fund follows these regulations. And I am very happy that today this information is readily available in platforms like this, the Study of Wealth, and many other people I can see are speaking very openly in the social media platforms here on YouTube, and people are generally doing financial education to just put it out there that this is how things should be done. You should make it a culture to do your own research before investing, know the ins and outs of a fund, and that is also why I am here to educate you on how to go about it. And I am sure from the review of this fund, you already know what to look out for. I will give more tips towards the end on how to mitigate such risk. So make sure that you watch till the end. Now that you know what to look for, let us review Cytonn Money Market Fund. And just to mention, if you have not watched the videos I reviewed, Ethica Money Market Fund, Brita Money Market Fund, and Rofty Coban Money Market Fund, make sure that you do. There is more to learn there. I will leave the links in the description. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do, so that we can do more reviews, and also I can provide more investment tips and financial education. Don't allow yourself to miss out on this, because it's good to do your research before you invest. Now, to Cytonn Money Market Fund, we are going to start with the fund structure, and we'll look at what the law says and what they have invested in relation to the regulations. So first things first, Cytonn Money Market Fund is regulated with the Capital Market Authority, and they are listed as fund managers, and the Cytonn MMF is under the Collective Investment Scheme, as you can see here. So they must abide and adhere to the CMA regulations pertaining collective investment scheme, which is what makes MMF safe. And the whole idea of the regulation by the CMA is to make sure that your investment is well diversified, and to make sure that the risk for this particular investment is low risk, okay? Meaning that the chances of you losing money in a money market fund is very low. So we will start with this screenshot of Cytonn Money Market Fund fact sheet. And according to this, you can see the fund managers for Cytonn Money Market Fund are Cytonn Asset Managers Limited. The risk profile is low risk. Minimum initial investment is 1,000. Minimum additional investment is 100 Kenya shillings. The annual management fee is 2%. The ledger fee is 50 Kenya shillings. You don't pay anything to start investing. The inception date when it was launched was 1st November 2017. The trustees are Goal Advisory. The custodian are SBM Bank Kenya Limited, and then they benchmark their returns on the average 91-day T-bill plus 1.0% points. Okay, and then now we can go to the actual asset allocation, and here is where we can tell whether this investment is low risk based on how diversified that particular investment is. So according to this, you can see they have 6.8% in cash, and this is what helps with the liquidity. So when you want to withdraw your money from Cytonn Money Market Fund, you can get your money instantly. Then we have 41.4% in fixed and demand deposit, and this is money deposited in bank accounts for fixed period of time at a predetermined interest rate, which provides stable returns. Then they have stable returns, and also if you want to withdraw your money, this money is available to you. And then they have demand deposit, which are funds that can be withdrawn at any time without prior notice, offering liquidity, and also this offers flexibility. And with these two, that is cash, fixed deposit, and demand deposit, Cytonn is able to provide instant withdrawal from the Cytonn Money Market Fund account to your M-Pesa or to your bank account instantly. At they do a limit of 300,000 per day, so that is a very good amount. Yeah, going on, Cytonn Money Market Fund also invests 16% in government securities, those are treasury bills. Then we have under collective investment scheme, they have 35.2%. So I will attach a screenshot of the CMA regulations so that you can see if they comply as per the regulations. All right, remember the idea of this regulation is to make sure that the fund is well diversified to protect you as an investor in case one of the instruments they invested in went down. Yes, so this is to make sure that they have diversified the investment for you to protect your money. That being said, I want us to look at some of mind-blowing benefit of having the Cytonn Money Market Fund in your portfolio if you choose to open one. And number one, Cytonn Money Market Fund is among one of the best money market funds in Kenya, and they're offering great returns of up to 18% per year gross returns, meaning before tax years. And if you watched this video on 5 best money market funds, you know it was at number 3 with an average of 18.1% gross returns and 15.4% after tax returns. Number 2, very key benefit is instant withdrawal to M-Pesa in bank account, meaning you can save money in this MMF and keep earning interest and still access your money when you want. Yes. Number 3, which is very interesting, you can transfer your unit from one person to the other. And I think this is very cool, that if you want to maybe gift someone or send someone money, you can transfer their units or your money market fund units to them. Yes. Number 4, you can pay bills with this money market fund. And number 5, you can send money to someone else from this money market fund. That is very, very, very cool of Cytonn Money Market Fund. And now to the most important part of this video, which people usually want to know, but I'll keep saying this until it's ingrained to each investor's mind and to all my followers' mind. Yeah. Investing means that you're taking in some risk. If we speak about investing, we must speak about risk. Investing means that you have some money working for you, not giving you sleepless nights. You have worked so hard to get this money, and it's painful to lose it all. So remember, there are no shortcuts to investment. You must be willing to read, research, and learn about what you're investing in before you invest. And when you decide to invest, please apply the principles below. Number 1, diversify. Don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Do not put all your investments or savings in one fund. However much you have researched or you trust that investment, even if you are referred by someone you trust, just like the way money market funds allocate your investment in different instruments, you need to allocate your saving in different investments and different companies. It is recommended to not have more than 10% to 20% of all your investment or all your money in a single investment. Number 2, do not be greedy in investments. If you set goals, you want to achieve this much. When you do, exit that investment. Yes. Number 3, the higher the potential return, the riskier the investment. You get rewarded for risking. We have levels of risk. We have low risk, medium risk, and high risk. And the level of risk determines how much you should put in a particular fund or in a particular investment. So I want you to be wise. Put amount of money in a particular fund that will not make you lose your mind in case that investment went the other way. Don't let what you worked so hard for put you 6 feet under. Be cautious. We have people losing their minds and lives because they invested everything they had in a particular fund that sank. So prioritize your health. Make sure that you diversify, because that is the way to mitigate the risk of losing everything that you have. So make sure that you take time to understand the details and the risk involved in the investment that you're making. This will help you make informed decision, mitigate risk, and also protect your investments. And if you're looking for ways to diversify your investment, you need to watch this video on 5 different places to invest your money. Thank you for watching and happy investing. Bye.